What's up, fellow weekend warriors? Today we're doing this giant 8.5 pound pork loin. We're gonna do it out here in the snow and cold. It's about 28, 30 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I've got my Pit Boss vertical pellet smoker set to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. I've let it warm up for about an hour, and my Inkbird probes are telling me that it's sitting right at 250 on 2 different racks, so we're good to go. Let's take a look at this pork loin. So I love when we find these giant pork loins like this, because what I'll do is cut this up into 3. We'll smoke them with 3 different rubs, and then we can vacuum seal and freeze what we're not gonna eat and save it for a snowy day. So I'm just gonna eyeball this and cut it into 3. We'll go about here, looks pretty good. And right about there. So now we got 3 loins to work with. There's a really big fat cap on this that I'm gonna leave on. This one doesn't have a whole lot of fat at all, but there's nothing we can do about that. So I said we're gonna do 3 different rubs. We'll start with this one here. I love to keep it simple whenever possible. So this is just salt and pepper. It's about 2.5 tablespoons of pepper and 2 tablespoons of salt. I won't use this whole thing, but I've got it in a shaker. And put it on, and I'm gonna go a little bit lighter than normal. I really want to be able to taste the smoke on this, and sometimes if you overdo the seasoning, you're not going to taste smoke, especially on pellet smokers that are known for being really clean burning. So that's our first one, just salt and pepper. We'll do our second one right here. I'm trying to use up all these leftover rubs that I bought this summer. So I'm gonna use this, it's Famous Dave's rib rub, which is pretty decent for a store-bought. It's got some sugar in there, some savory seasoning, salt. So that's our second one done. I'm gonna rub a little bit of the board here and get what I missed. There's a little fold here I missed, so I'll just take it on the board and sop up what fell off. There we go, that's number 2. And now for this third one, this is my homemade rub. It's got 2.5 tablespoons of pepper, 2 tablespoons of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I just used this on my pork butt that I did on my last video, and it's awesome. I really, really like it. So we'll get that coated, all the sides. And then again, I got all this seasoning on the board that I don't want to go to waste, so I'm just gonna make sure I roll it around. There we go. So we got 3 pork loins seasoned 3 different ways. Let's get it in the smoker. And just before I do put it in, you'll notice I have 2 probes sitting on 2 different racks. So this Pit Boss is set to 250 degrees Fahrenheit. One's at 253, one's at 257. So it's having no problem in this cold. So let's get it in there. This one I'm gonna take out and put in here so we can monitor. We wanna get these up to 145 degrees Fahrenheit today. So I'm just gonna set that right there. Here's our plain salt and pepper. Set that right next to it. And then down here is gonna be that Famous Dave's rub. And I'm actually gonna take this probe out. I don't need to monitor this anymore, I know what it is. So that's gonna go right there. Let's get this door closed. And oh, by the way, I'm doing an experiment today. It's such a cold day that I'm taking a risk. I don't have any water in that pan right now. That may change, but let's get the door closed. All right, so we're gonna let this go for about an hour. We'll come back, take a look at it, let you guys know what's happening in this cold weather. I might spritz it, I might not. It's like every other video, I just play it by ear. So we'll be back in an hour to give you an update. Okay, it's been exactly 1 hour. We've got 2 of the pork loins at about 90 degrees. And then the smaller one that you'll see on the top right, that's jumped ahead about 10 degrees. So let's get this door open and see what's happening. All right. So we'll give it the old tap test. Still plenty of moisture on this. This rub is almost set, so we could start to spray it if we wanted to, but I think I'm gonna wait, push these back in. Let's check this bottom guy. You can hear all that snow getting in there and hitting the water pan. And this one's plenty juicy. It's got a drip coming from the pork above it, so we don't need to spritz that one at all. We're just gonna let this keep rocking. Get this door closed really quick. And if you were ever looking for a reason to get yourself a wireless temperature probe kit, this is a perfect reason. Freezing cold outside, snow, I can keep an eye on my temperatures from the house where it's warm. I don't have to come out and open and close the door or check the display that's on the front of this thing. So if you didn't get one for Christmas, I've got a link below down in the description. Get yourself one of these, you'll thank me later. And we're gonna come back in another hour. Remember, we wanna take these up to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll be back in an hour. All right, we just hit the 2-hour mark. And if we take a look at our temperatures here, we've got 2 of them sitting right around 120. And then again, that smaller one at 129. We're gonna get this door open and I'm actually gonna flip these over. So let's do that real quick. All right, so this is our one with the homemade rub. I'll flip that guy upside down. Flip this one down here. And we'll give this one a flip too. And hey, I'm really happy that this is working so great out in the cold. In fact, past couple times I've used this in cold weather, I feel like I got even better results as far as smokiness. It's double walled. There's no insulation in between there, but at least you got 2 walls. We'll have to test it out on a 0-degree day, and we will do that. But anyways, this has got about a half hour left to go. So we're gonna wait till they're done. We'll come back, cut it up, see how it tastes. I can't wait. All right, 2.5 hours for that smallest one to get done. The other 2 aren't far behind. I've let it rest a little bit. Let's cut into it and see how it looks. So this one actually took on a really nice dark mahogany color. This was the one I only put salt and pepper on. So let me just cut a couple slices, I guess, from the end here. The good thing is these other 2, we'll let those rest. We'll vacuum seal them and then we'll freeze them and we can eat that for leftovers. But look at how juicy this is. Tons of juice coming out of there. Smoke ring for sure. Let me just cut a few more slices. It's one of my favorite things to smoke in this smoker is pork loin. Really simple, inexpensive, and if you do it right, it's hard to beat that juiciness. And look at that smoke ring. Just tender as can be. Let me get a bite. Oh my God, so good. You can taste the smoke, just some simple salt and pepper. I can't wait to try the other 2. And hey, if you guys like this Pit Boss video, you gotta check out one of those 2 videos right there, and I'll see you over there.